What's going on, guys? Aaron Goldstein here. So in this video, we're going to talk about Amazon dropshipping violation suspension, how this happens, and then I'm going to give you a guide you can use to get your account back. I have gotten my store hit with two of these. I've gotten my account back both times, and I have a client of mine whose store got hit, and I was able to get his account back within about a day. If you do this right, you should be able to get your account back very quickly. My account got hit for the second time. It was like 3 or 4 days ago. And I basically submitted 2 plan of actions. I basically sent 2 things into Amazon, and within about 24 hours, my account was back, like up and running. So let's go ahead and dive right into this. So what is happening? So Amazon is getting stricter with drop shipping on Amazon. That doesn't mean it's impossible to do. You can definitely still make money with it. I think I made, I'm not making as much as I was a couple months ago, but I think I made like $250 a day in profit with it. So you can still make money. It's still a great business model. You just kind of have to know how to work around it. As things come up, businesses that can adapt to it generally can survive and keep making money. People that aren't equipped, sometimes they can't survive. Not a solid rule, but definitely something to consider. So what's happening is Amazon's getting a little bit stricter with drop shipping, and they're hitting people with more of these drop shipping violations, where basically you basically get a thing in your account that says, hey, we believe you're drop shipping, and we want you to tell us what you're going to do so you're not drop shipping anymore. And if you don't send them a good message explaining your plan, then in about 72 hours, they will shut down your account. When they shut down your account, you can still get it back up and running if you send them kind of a plan. So let's go ahead and talk about this. And a lot of this is strategy. So we believe what's triggering this is people using retailer names in messages. So them sending you a message and them saying, hey, this item arrived in a Walmart box. Or them leaving you a review. I got the item, but it came in a Walmart box. That word, from what we can tell, I don't have any hardcore proof, but I've talked to a lot of people in this industry. From what I can tell, that's causing that's triggering something that's causing these suspensions that wasn't before. Now I know people that have gotten, their stores hit 3, 4, 5 times and gotten their stores back, but you have to kind of know the process. So when you get that, what you want to do is you're going to type out something and you're going to send it to Amazon. And then what will happen is the reply you send to Amazon needs to be structured like this. The first thing is you want to acknowledge what you did. So we don't want to hide anything. We don't want to say, I don't know what you're talking about, Amazon. I think you're full of doo-doo. We don't want to say that. We want to be open and honest. So we want to say, hey, this is what happened. We got, we violated Amazon's dropshipping rules. After reading Amazon's dropshipping policy, we understood that's against their terms of service. Then what we want to do is we want to explain why this happened. And what you might want to do is just kind of make something up. So there could be a variety of things. Ideally, we're not supposed to be drop shipping. We're supposed to be shipping items from our warehouse. Or a verified drop shipper, not like Home Depot. So there's different excuses we could say. One of the excuses could be that, the wholesaler that I was using, they had a delay in shipment, or some of their items were damaged and we were not able to fulfill it through them. What we wanted to do, because we care about customer service, is we went ahead and we bought the item from Home Depot, and we bought it at a loss, and we sent it to the customer. We know this is against our terms of service, but we wanted to make the customer happy, and we wanted to kind of fulfill their needs. Then, after you explain what you did, you have to give them an explanation of what you're going to do to prevent this. Moving forward to prevent this, what we did was we contacted our dropshipper, and or what we did is moving forward is we're not going to list items for sale in our store till our certified dropshipper gets the items, inspects them, makes sure they're not damaged, and then tells us it's good to list it. We kind of jumped the curve on this, and we just assumed because they were getting a shipment later that day that we could list the products. We now know not to do it. So it's got to be something structured along the lines of that, where you're giving them an actual plan of what you're going to do. Another thing you could say is hey, my items were damaged. You could, instead of using a certified dropshipper, so not Home Depot or Walmart, but a certified dropshipper, I fulfill everything from my warehouse. The issue that happened was we were getting these items in today. And whenever an item is set to get delivered, we have it set in our store to sell because usually there's not an issue with it. What happened is the items we got were damaged, and we already sold those items, and we were kind of running amok and not 100% sure. We didn't want to cancel the order for the customer, so we bought it from Walmart at a loss. We saw Walmart was carrying it as well. Moving forward to prevent this, we will not sell any items in our store. We will not say we have items for sale in our Amazon store till the item has landed in our warehouse. We have inspected it, seen it's not damaged, and been good to go. So that's kind of the structure to follow. It's important to understand a couple things. A, you want to respond to Amazon quickly. Like, it's better to respond to Amazon like that day than wait like 3 or 4 weeks to respond to Amazon. It shows that you care more about your account. That's very, very important. The second thing is sometimes Amazon wants you to work for this a little bit. So sometimes they want to approve you on the first message you send them. Sometimes you'll send them the message and then they'll say, we're not happy with it, send it back to us. And then you're going to go in more detail. So in this theory example, the more detail would be, what we're going to do is we hired a second person to help out with getting inventory in quickly. And what this second person is going to do is after the first person gets the items and sees they're inspected, we hired a second person that is in addition. What they're going to do is they're going to be a second set of eyes, and they're going to verify all the items are in good condition and in stock before we list it on sale for Amazon. This will prevent any future issues of items not being able, damaged items happening, because we have the first person. First of all, we're not going to, we're not going to even list items for sale till they land in our warehouse and we inspect it. And then secondly, we're going to have a second set of eyeballs verify it just to make sure there's no issues before we sell it. That way, this will not happen again. So if you submit something and Amazon comes back and says they want something else for you, just kind of explain a little bit more in detail. That doesn't necessarily mean sending a longer message, even though sometimes it does. But we want the messages to be able to be read in about 7 minutes from a person. Like sometimes, someone will send a plan of action. They'll submit something to Amazon that takes like 30 minutes to read. And sometimes the person that's, from my understanding, the person that is going through on the other side and they're looking at, messages to see if they should approve accounts or not, they have a certain amount of accounts they need to approve or reject in an hour. So if you send something that takes them a half an hour to read, that's kind of like too long. So they might just reject it just because it's too long. We don't want it to be too short, but 7-ish minutes, give or take a minute or two, is good as well. But just be aware of if they tell you they need more information, just send them more information, be a little bit more detailed, and you should be good to go.